Customer profitability is that ability to take any individual customer or group of customers and understand how much money they're making for you. It may sound very simple, but most companies, if you ask them to say which customer is profitable and by how much, have a great deal of difficulty answering that question. Companies historically have understood their profitability and built it up by business unit. They've built it up by part of the organization. They've built it up by function, my logistics area, for example. What they haven't done is focused on customer profitability. The systems weren't fully designed to give you end-to-end the profit of the customer, the revenue items, the cost items specifically focused at a customer. There are several things that are happening today that really make this an imperative. First of all, technology is advanced. It allows companies to track information at a much more granular level. And so those companies have an opportunity to understand their business more deeply. And those who don't face the threat that their competitor will do it before them. In addition, customers have much more power today than they did before. There are many more options for them. There are many other competitors they can buy from. There are many other ways that they can receive a good or service. The most disruptive force in almost any industry is the customer. So we need to understand how to profitably serve them. Looking at a group of customers that appear to be the same, but then understanding with granularity what their profitability is, can allow you to make changes almost instantaneously. Now, you can't always change the price, but you can begin that dialogue of understanding how can I serve that customer differently? How can I reduce costs or how can I raise price in order to bring them up to the level that I think is minimum viable for me as a company? The first thing that's necessary to get started on this journey is really to take stock of the information that you have inside the company. Some of it's obvious, things that are coming out of your ERP systems, things that are coming out of a Salesforce-oriented system. But what this is about in many cases is bringing together complete sources of information that have existed in silos up until this point in time. So our costs of our product we can get, but what about the specific costs of logistics for a particular customer, how we get the product to their door? What about the investment that we make in our sales organization to service that particular group of customers? We need to assign these. We need to understand how they relate to our customers. That's on the cost side. But then let's look at the revenue side. We understand what our list price is, but we need to start bringing together information about the rebates, about the discounts, about the promotions. Each of those things may be done in a silo for the organization, and they haven't been brought together and actually related to each and every customer or customer group. You absolutely do change the focus when you have this kind of information. And one of the most interesting things is you find that the sales force is able to act differently in the field. Now, when you get this rich set of information that tells you what you're actually providing to that customer and what it costs you to serve that customer, all of a sudden the sales force is enabled because they have something much more to talk about. They can talk about with their customer, well, we could deliver to you on a basis that's less often and we can reduce your price. A much more rich dialogue that ends up making a difference right at the front line with the salespeople. What success looks like is when the business starts to understand their business in a different way. They start to understand customer profitability at a level that they had not seen before. It allows them to start making decisions differently. It allows groups to talk to one another that used to be in silos. It really begins to bring out a new way of managing and understanding the business.